This is V81 Radio Worldwide. Almighty God, grant us the courage of Jesus Christ, your Son, to face the coronavirus pandemic with trust, strength, compassion, and resiliency. Give us the grace of the Holy Spirit to free us from fear and anxiety so we may do actions of help and support and look forward to our healing with hope. We pray for the health workers, food liners, maintenance cleaners, logistics abler, government leaders, and volunteers who continuously come together to deliver our daily needs to survive. Guide us from this time of crisis. Preserve us in peace. Protect the weak and vulnerable and those who serve the society during this pandemic. This we ask and pray in Jesus' name, our Savior. Amen. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. We now bring you the program that brings together leading personalities, representative insights, all together in a meaningful and delightful conversations as your social barometer. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Hosted by breakthrough millennial boomer Gracie Valenzuela. Only here on V81 Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 6 o'clock once again, and this is Tita Gracie, live here on V81 Radio Worldwide. To our listeners in the Philippines, in the US, all over Asia, in the Middle East, and Australia, we welcome you to today's episode. And today is going to be a great show because we are going to take a closer look at one of the pillars of the Philippine theater industry. For more than 50 years, this company has been blazing a fantastic trail of theatrical productions, honing some of the great theater actors of today and some of the best theater professionals in this country. With more than 53 years of existence, more than 455 productions, an average of 150 shows a year for a total of more than 10,000 individual stagings, this company truly is one of the best and most reliable theater companies around. And I'm talking about Repertory Philippines. And this afternoon, we are honored to have with us the lady who is at the helm of Repertory Philippines, none other than Miss Mindy Perez Rubio.
Hi, how are you, Tita Gracie?
I'm so happy you could join us today, Mindy. Thank you for gracing the show.
Well, I'm equally honored. Rep is equally honored that you are actually dedicating these 2 hours just specifically for Rep. So
you know, I've been a fan of Rep for many years, and along the way, I have come to know some of your actors and some of the great people within the Rep family. And I was telling them earlier that today I'm going to be meeting you for the first time and the show at that. So truly, I am very, very, very thankful. Now, that's okay. Welcome to the world of live broadcast. It happens to me.
That's my husband who just crossed.
That's all right. Hi. Anyway, I know that Rep has been hosting and staging productions for more than 50 years and has more than 80 seasons. But this year is the only year that Rep failed to complete a season because of the pandemic.
Yes, that's true. We always went by the motto, and everybody knows this motto: the show must go on. And
True.
my sister baby Barredo always told me, Mindy, neither rains nor earthquakes, no floods nor fires will ever stop Rep from producing a show. I mean, even just this season, we had one power blackout, and we actually proceeded with the show without microphones because the show must go on. It really had to take a pandemic like COVID, the likes of which we've never seen before in our lives, that really literally brought not only Rep and the theater industry to a halt, but the whole world.
Yes, it's really unprecedented. Yes, and I truly admire Rep because you were able to shift your strategy as fast as you could, because a few weeks into the pandemic, we were already informed that you were going to be doing a lot of your usual activities online. So could you tell, later on, by the way, we're going to explore that. But before we proceed, we're going to go through the stages of Rep's life. And there's going to be a whole lot of interesting anecdotes we have from two of our guests today.
I'm sure.
Graciously agreed to join us. So joining us right now are Michael Williams and another Rep stalwart, Luna Inosian. Hello.
Hi there, Michael. Hi there, Luna.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Tita Mindy.
Hi, Luna.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, Michael and Luna. Yes. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Good, pretty good. Nice to be back here. It's my second time to join
Yes.
you.
Well, this time, Michael, you're going to be wearing your rep hat. Same with
Yes.
Luna.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I was researching Mindy, I said these two would be wonderful to hop on board with us. It's going to be a casual and free flowing discussion. But these guys were there during the early years.
Yes.
And I was asking Luna earlier, Luna, when did you first hop on the rep bus?
Okay, Julex auditioned for Fiddler on the Roof in 1978. And he was there the whole time till 89 when he left for
Yeah.
Saigon. But
89.
I stayed on until 93 working
Wow.
with rep until I got a regular job and couldn't do rep anymore.
Yes. And how about you, Michael? When did you start with rep?
I started in 1982, 83. That year, I auditioned for an in-season musical because they used to do two musicals. They used to do one for the season in Sutter Life, and then one big musical outside, which was usually in the Rizal Theater. I auditioned for the one in the season, but they put me in the big one in Rizal Theater.
Wow. You know,
That was
Mindy, Luna, and Michael eventually became very good friends of mine. In fact, we met outside of the theater. I did not meet them within rep. We met socially, but somehow our lives sort of intertwined over the last, I would say, couple of decades. And I would have to tell you that because of these two people, you know, my there were so many beautiful memories, and some corporate productions that I've managed, and they were an integral part of those productions. So I'm glad that they could join us today. And I have a surprise for the three of you. I was able to dig up some old photos. So let's
Uh-oh.
revisit
Oh,
many pounds ago. Let's revisit some old photos of life in Repertory Philippines back in the day. So, can we play that first PowerPoint now, please? Okay. So how did you like that, Mindy?
You're
Why
muted.
is it? Ah, there. Okay. Oh, well, yep. Cheers to another 50 years. Absolutely.
I
But
was just
but
kidding. Yeah, go
the
ahead.
next 50 years is going to be uh slightly a little off because it's we have to now think out of the box because of this COVID thing that's happened. And so we're focusing on a different direction. And we're
Yes,
gonna go that way. But at the same time we will stick to live theater at the same time. But we're
yes.
going, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think your with your roots deeply in the classical theatrical tradition, given the pandemic and of course the technology that's available right now, there will definitely we will all look forward to your new strategies and your new approach to the theater market. But in the meantime, what's important is okay, with Michael and Luna around, my question is, how was it like during those early years in rep? Luna, maybe you'd like to kick off the discussion.
Uh, I work mostly backstage because I was telling you earlier, I got roped into theater because I was married to a theater actor. And so I would do my theater wife thing and wait for him in the audience. And one day, Bebot says, Sumo, you're just seated there anyway. Come here na and work
Help
backstage.
backstage.
So I started working backstage. So I did everything from crew, props, costumes, lights. Uh, and then one day when I was doing props, they needed two nurses. So they said, okay, get into your nurse and you bring the props on stage and off stage. I said, okay, I'll do that. So we did that. And then afterwards, another role, I had to play somebody's wife that was a sheik's wife shrouded in black. So I went in and did that. And I started, while I was shrouded in black and I was also in the stage crew, I would sneak all the props underneath my costume so that when it was time to strike, I didn't have anything to strike anymore because I already took it out with me. And I ad lib that wife would drink you'd secretly drink all the alcohol on the trays so I could sneak out the thing. And people says, I like that. Sige na. So next time I got a line. And that's how my acting for rep
That's
started.
wow. So that was this. You're talking about what the this is the 70s, right,
This
Luna?
is 70s. No, this was already Junix joined in 78. So this is early 80s. 78 to 80. Because after
Yeah,
that, I got pregnant and had to stop.
yeah. Because I
Insular
remember
life,
that.
insular life,
Did you
right?
see Insular Life,
Insular,
Luna?
yeah. Yes, insular, yes.
Yeah. Did you see that old picture of you and Michael at the lobby of the
And
Insular?
Audie and Jaime,
And
yes.
Audie and Jaime?
Yes. I
That's
look
a
Michael.
nice one. Where did you find that?
That was from
I haven't
Michael's
seen that one.
treasure trove.
Treasure trove.
Oh,
I have a gazillion more somewhere.
I
All
have a picture also.
oh, you
Oh,
have that? Yeah.
Yeah.
those were very very so much fun those days.
Yeah, it was.
Um, it was very challenging too. But I was like 18 or 19 when I started, and then
How
after a while you realize, wow, it's really a professional occupation. You're really doing it, and then later on you realize you're living the life of an actor. You're really doing it. You're doing all things theater from collecting props. We used to barter. We used to borrow in exchange for tickets. That's what we used to do. And I used to go around um, helping collect those props, doing the setup in production week. Apart from sometimes having to do the front of house, doing the programs and the tickets. We used to do those things. And then if needs be, helping with the lights or the sounds, crewing backstage, we all would get our assignments. and then performing. It was just an amazing time.
Yeah.
Yes. When you started with rep, did you audition for a show,
Oh
Michael? As
yeah,
a
I
What was
auditioned
your
three
first
times.
audition?
They kept saying thank you. They kept booting me out. I
And what was your
auditioned.
first show?
I sang my favorite song from West Side Story. I sang Something's Coming, and there was an accompanist, right, a pianist, and I couldn't get more than 3 bars, 4 bars into the song before they would say thank you, and then I'd get off, right? But I get upset because I know I could sing, so I went back around, auditioned the second time, and I got thank you again, right? Then the third time, I said, wait a minute, something's wrong. I can sing. So I went back a third time, and that's when they said, oh, you again. And then I asked the pianist, I said, Miss, can you please not play? I'll sing a cappella. And they didn't. They let me finish it. And then that's when I got in. I was auditioning for a funny thing happened on the way to the forum, which was going to be in Insular Life, but I got into a woman of the year at Rizal Theater.
I see.
That was my
And
audition story.
what could you refresh our memory? What were some of the memorable uh, things that you remember about Bebot Amador? Because there's so many
Oh wow!
myths about the great Bebot Amador and how she would be when you're rehearsing and you're learning.
Those
What do you
I don't
best
think those are
remember?
myths. Those are probably real, true stories.
yeah, I was about to say those aren't myths. Those are
They're not
truths.
myths.
her
They're
her
not myths.
Mm-mm.
volcanic temper. When I went up to audition that day, actually, uh, I came out of Luna. You'll remember when I came out of the elevator. There's a little hallway to the buffeteria of the top
Yes.
floor of Insular Life, right? And then on the weekends, when nobody's using the buffeteria, that's where they would rehearse. And I came off of the elevator just in time to hear Bebot screaming at the ensemble. She was screaming at everybody. It was the NYC, the New York scene of Annie. And apparently people are walking around greeting each other. And she goes, do you know people don't greet each other in New York? They don't. This is not a merry villager scene. And the loudest, most frightening sound I ever heard came from this woman. I just turned around back and went downstairs again. That was my first introduction to Bebot.
You know what
Yeah, Mindy.
my sister baby told me. She says, Mindy, if Bebot and I, with more Bebot, never screamed or shouted at these people, they would not be where they are today. She always said, they are so good. They are the best because of Amador's screaming and shouting. But that was to her. That was the whole reason why Amador. She
Bebot
really
used to
beat them
say,
up and whipped them up
yeah,
into shape.
Bebot used to say that if you could stand in front of her and perform, you could stand in front of anybody and perform.
Yeah.
And to some
Yes.
extent, that's the truth because you learn to deal with there's anybody who gets up in front of an audience to speak will have some kind of a stress. And it's been likened to, I've read somewhere that the stress that a public speaker or an actor has is equivalent to the stress that a person goes through when they go through a 4 or 5 car accident. That's the kind of stress you go through. Um, and she provided that stress in rehearsal. So you learn to deal with it, and we all did. We all learned
Well,
to perform in front of
to
people.
be the driving force of a fledgling theater company back in the 70s, that's a daunting task. In
Yeah.
fact, in your history in the website, The first play was called Julia, and it played to an audience of 7 people. And now you're playing to thousands of people. I mean, 50 years of theater legacy is just amazing. And you need that kind of driving force to
Yeah.
propel a theater company forward. Am I right, Mindy?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, Amador had one vision, and her vision was to develop an interest in culture and the arts in the Filipino people. But she went one step further. She wanted to create an industry of theater. And 54 years later, I can say that vision of hers has been met. That industry is here today. You have,
Yes,
I mean,
true.
look at all the theater companies that have arisen out of rep. I mean, you've got Michael's Full House, and then you've got Nine Works, and you've got what are the other stages?
Pets,
And
stages, yes.
yeah. So
Yeah, dami yan. New Voice, Nine Works,
Actors, actor.
actors,
Yeah.
actors.
oh yes,
We
actors,
all,
and then all the great actors in the Philippines today. You can, I don't know, I don't want to be tapping myself in the back or bragging, but people like Michael, for example, like Audie, Menchu Lauchenko, Kokoy Laurel, Junix, Monique Wilson, Lea Salonga,
yeah,
Miguel
but it goes
Faustman, Liesel,
it
Ana
it
Abad
goes
Santos,
yeah,
Chris Villonco. I mean, the list goes on and on.
it
All
goes
True.
even
these, they're
beyond
all,
goes even beyond theater. I remember when Bebot passed away, people came to her house to you know to pay homage to her, right? And there were so many people from TV, from movies, from theater that she had um, affected, and they all it was an endless stream of all these artists coming to pay respect to her. It was
Yes.
amazing.
But and to think that when to have that vision of not normally you would say, okay, I want a company to, the vision would be only for the company, but to actually envision an industry, that's a
Yeah,
revolutionary kind of
yeah,
thinking, because she
yeah,
knew she was blazing a trail of something, and
absolutely.
I think it didn't matter to her how she got there. She was really clear on that vision
yeah,
because she honed the elements, the players on
yeah,
stage, the technicals, the right
yeah.
connections, to
And
develop
and
an audience.
and,
Because back
and in
then,
a way,
there was no audience really. I mean, it was, go ahead,
yeah.
Michael.
I'm sorry. And in a way, you realize why she was also volcanic in her temperament, because she had to demand um, a certain standard of professionalism from everybody. And in those days, when I started anyway in the mid '80s, early '80s, mid '80s, there were a lot of people who had day jobs. You know, there were bankers, there
Yes,
were lawyers, there were insurance salesmen, there were everybody who wanted to um, participate in the performing arts, but because they had day jobs, the theater got relegated to something that is not as important as their day job. But she wouldn't hear that. She wouldn't have that. If you're here, you got to be professional. I don't care if you're a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're whatever. If you're here, you're an actor and you're a professional, and you conduct yourself like that. And anybody who comes shy of that, oh boy, should have your head. So she fought that way. She pushed and pushed
yeah.
and pushed that way to professionalize everybody's behavior.
Oh
She
yeah, but
had she had that standard, and
Yeah.
everybody had to live
And
up to it.
back then, there were, go ahead, Luna.
oh no, I was just going to say that. But sometimes she'd put on a show
Yeah.
for those who were new. and she
Yeah.
would just blow up and do this humongous, all her expletives and all the four-letter words you can imagine, and just
Yeah.
put the fear of God in all of that. And then turn around, look at us, and wink, and then
Yeah.
walk.
She'd wink.
She'd wink us, and all of us who had been there for a long time would say, "Ay nako, big bot."
Yeah. It's true.
Oh gosh.
And she
Oh
did
gosh.
that, but it worked for a lot of them.
Yeah.
By the time the oldies were like,
Yeah.
"Hi."
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine who is in the public relations, she told me that repertory is part of Philippine history because, like I said, she created an industry which was never developed before, and so it is part of history of the Philippine what culture. You know, theater and arts. She created it. So that's one thing that I guess repertory can toot their horn about. Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
In
I
Yes.
thought,
connection to
And actually, what was amazing was that Rep was able to stage productions that ran the whole gamut of different genres. You did Shakespeare, you did comedies, you did musicals, and then eventually children's theater. So the company had to be very well versed with the material. So what was it like learning all of that, Michael? Performing all kinds of productions in a season. There would be a whole mix.
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It was amazing. I mean, we would have we would have a in the season we would have 10 plays a year. In when I started, it was 10 plays a year, 5 plays per season, and each season would have to have a musical, a comedy, a a classic piece, a
Shakespeare.
a modern, a murder mystery, and then one for the soul. You know,
yes.
so one for the soul means to her she doesn't care if it makes money or if it doesn't sell. She doesn't care, but it's got to be done for the sake of the actors or because it's such good material that it needed to be done. So we would have that, and it was so enriching. We were doing. I was able to do Moliere. I did Shakespeare. I did some of the French, the classic French farces. And then of course there's the Americana, the Neil Simons and stuff that we would do, the musicals. It was such a wide spectrum of stuff for an actor to do. It was such a learning experience, enriching experience for an actor in rep.
She
Why do you think you're such a great actor, Michael? You can do Shakespeare. You can do Bernard Shaw. You
Yes.
can do the
And then, of
My
classics.
course,
lord,
You should listen to him speak in a British accent.
it's
It's so
called it's called
perfect.
makeup.
But Bebot would also give classes outside of that.
Yes,
Remember that, Michael? We would
yes,
do classics and tear them apart
as
and
you can
study
see,
them.
yeah. She would give
She loved
yeah,
George Bernard Shaw.
she
Shaw
would
was
give
her favorite.
workshops. Yeah,
That's
yes,
why she called the theater in was this the Shaw Theater. Yeah,
yeah,
he was her favorite
yes, yes.
playwright.
I remember
Yeah.
that at the Shangri-La. It was one of,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
yes.
And
And
I
then Luna, when did you actually start writing? Back then, did you already had the original pieces?
No, no. I actually started writing
Hello?
professionally. Can you hear me? No? Yes? Can you
yeah, I
hear
can
me?
hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. I started writing professionally for Repertory Philippines, but I wrote program notes and PR notes.
yes.
And
I remember that.
I would write the program notes, and then I started editing the programs and coming out with layout,
Yeah.
etc., etc.,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
PR material. That's what nobody tapped me as a playwright until I went to trumpets.
I see.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
So there.
Interesting. Now, with all those years, yeah, the breakthrough for a lot of rep actors happened around the late 80s when the whole Miss Saigon thing happened, and of course, Michael, you were in the original cast,
Yeah.
and Junix was also in the original cast, right, Luna?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Junix,
Hello.
Pinky, myself,
Yeah, we're
Monique,
Leia.
Leia, but yeah, Leia, and then
How
who
about
else was
Kokoy?
there?
Lena.
Kokoy.
No,
Yeah.
Was Kokoy in the original?
Uh,
Didn't he come later?
Kokoy.
No, he was.
Kokoy.
Yeah, he was. He was my
Okay.
roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There was seven of us. No, that was Leon
Isai.
Roque.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Isai
that
wasn't rep.
yeah, Isai,
Isai was not rep.
Leon, John Briones, um, uh, and see some of the others. We're not from rep. Only from rep were Sina Junix, Pinky, me, Kokoy, Leia, Monique. Yeah,
But
that
didn't
was
John come? Wasn't John? I mean, didn't he come back to rep, or didn't
John
he act
John.
for rep?
John was Tanghalang Pilipino.
Yeah, his brother did rep though.
His
Yes.
brother, yeah, still
Yes,
is.
but si John had actually worked with John in Tanghalang Pilipino prior to leaving for Miss Saigon.
Yeah.
When we did Florante at Laura, I don't remember what year that was now, maybe about 86, 87. I knew them from there. Robert Senya, John Briones were Tanghalang Pilipino prior to getting into Miss Saigon.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was a rich harvest that
Yeah.
Cameron McIntosh had from rep.
Yeah.
And then what happened then? Who were left behind to continue with the season? Because a lot
There
of you
were
had been.
there were many.
Yeah,
There were many.
they were all taken.
Actually,
But there were still many. There was
there were a lot of people who stepped up. Actually,
Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
Do you remember the time, Luna? Who were now the ones on the who had to step up?
Well, one of the ones that were always doing secondary roles that all of a sudden was doing leads was Mel Magsipok. Remember him? Mel
Yes.
Magsipok started, who else? Madami. And they got a lot of new people
Yeah.
in, and Bebot started screaming more for a while. Because it was like having to train new people.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
there are lots of them who came in, but that worked out.
Yeah, she.
But
Well,
what's amazing also is that how many years has Baby Barredo, like she was playing lead in almost most of the musicals and the straight
Yeah.
plays. Mindy, your sister was amazing.
I know.
But that's the nature of a repertory company. The
That is what
company
repertory is about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A repertory
it's
company
always the
has a
same.
stable
The same
Yes.
cast.
actors.
Yeah.
Same
And then we
actor.
round robin the roles.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So, those
you
are
were
the-
also go, Michael.
So that was a challenge of it, because you get casted and you're trying to be not casted in the same type of roles, but as a repertory actor, they can already, when the script comes out, oh, these are the scripts for next year, we kind of already know who's going to do what role, because it's oh, he's the romantic lead, he's the funny one, oh, he's the dad role, he's the sister, she's the ganyan. So we already know kind of who's going to get what role, and we try to audition for the ones that are unlikely to get to stretch us. But that was the fun of it. Sorry, Luna, I cut you. What were you gonna
No,
say?
no, no. I was just going to add back to Gracie's statement now. What happened when there was this drain for Miss Saigon? What happened was a lot of old rappers who were not acting for rep anymore for one reason or another came back. Remember that? People like Bernardo, they were
Yeah.
not doing rep anymore. They came back and started working with rep again just to help rep get
Yeah.
back until all the gaps were filled in. So it was actually in many ways, even if mag-away kayo, even if you fought and you had uh, ideological differences or personal differences, push comes to shove, rep gets into trouble, people who love rep come back and help. Diba? I
You
mean,
know,
like,
Yeah.
you showed
So
you showed the
over
picture.
the years, that sense of belongingness is
yeah,
there.
Gracie, you showed a picture in The Sound of Music of all the Von Trapp kids.
Yes.
Okay, that picture is awesome
Yes.
because it has so many personalities or celebrities in that picture today. I mean, you had Ria, Ria Hontiveros, right?
yes.
Secretary. She's a senator. And then Leah Salonga, Monique Wilson, Menchu Lauchenko was there, Raymond
The
Lauchenko
center.
was there. I mean, 5 out of the 7 became celebrities, well known.
Wow.
That was the first Sound of Music, I think, that Bebot
Yes.
staged.
And I also unearthed in that, yes.
You're coming in caught up. I
And
didn't
I
hear you.
even uncovered one photo of the king and I with Bernardo as the king, and the little boy was Raho Laurel.
Ah, is that Raho? How
Yeah.
cute!
That
Yeah.
little boy is Raho Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
Mm-hmm.
funny.
So a lot of personalities, a lot of famous people went through life in rep, and they're now movers and shakers, like you were saying. Name the theater company. There's a rep veteran connected with that company. So the industry is really grew out of repertory. And like Leia, we produced the first Tony awardee from rep, and she also won the
Olivier.
prize in West End, the same
The
acting
Olivier,
award, right?
yeah,
The
What's
yeah,
that
Olivier.
award? um,
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
Olivier
the
Award.
yeah.
Olivier Award.
Olivier
So
Award, yeah.
they can really go from repertory to anywhere in the world. And I think now a lot of the touring productions, especially of Miss Saigon, have Filipino actors who at one point were with rep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's why,
So there.
on our 50th, when
Yeah, go ahead, Mindy.
when rep
Yeah.
when rep had its 50th anniversary, and well, both Luna and Michael were very, very immersed in this, in the whole planning and production. Luna wrote the script and all of that. Michael directed one segment. When rep sent out the message to come home to rep, to all the rappers all around, they did. They answered that call, which was very nice. And so we had, wow, everybody, all the rappers from day one until we even had Freddie Santos was there. Monique Wilson flew in from Hong Kong just to attend. It was very heartening. It was very nice. My sister
Yes.
was when she went on stage, she had all her lines memorized, but when she went on stage, for the first time in her life, she forgot her lines. And it was Leo Martinez that had to prompt her. She was just too overwhelmed with emotion that she just could not speak. Yeah. It was just amazing.
Wow, it's amazing. I mean, and to
Yeah.
to encapsulate 50 years of theater history, all those productions, all those actors, the whole stage of Soler was packed. I mean, it was when I was reviewing some of the old footages, I was getting goosebumps because it was not just an emotional um, event, but you will really see the significance and the impact of Repertory Philippines in the local theater community, and what trailblazing work, and really the lives of people that have intertwined with rep over the years. I mean, I only have to look at Luna and see, my goodness, how her life has been so, and intertwined with rep.
Very much, very much.
Yeah.
I mean, she just finished. We just finished with Adarna early in this year that she
Yes,
wrote
yes.
the script for. Uh-huh. So
Yeah. I hope it's not the last
it-
time.
no,
Yes.
it will not be for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
It-
fun
it-
coming home.
But I have to say that the staging of Adarna, the staging of Adarna, the retelling of the legend of Adarna is truly a challenge. And hats off to you, Luna. What a production! So colorful, and the staging, the art direction's amazing, and of course the script, no, the libretto is amazing. Bravo to
How
you.
many? You cannot, boy. If Luna sits you down and tells you the whole story, the odyssey of the script, I don't know how many rewrites. But
Blood, sweat, and
that's
tears.
how it evolves. That's how it evolves. That's why it was so perfect. It was very good.
Version 40.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And well, it's been videoed and it's going
Yeah.
to be
But that's how,
shown.
the interaction. Because everybody, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's one of the digital performances that we can look forward to.
Yes, online streaming. We're gonna do that. Did you
Anyway,
hear that, Luna?
moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
told me about that.
We're gonna take a quick break right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we return, we're gonna take a look at Rep's most recent productions and the new strategy of Mindy for Repertory Philippines. And don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back because we'll still be discussing how Repertory Philippines is making theater more relevant and vibrant for the Filipino people. Come back in a few minutes.
We'll be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio. Big Benta, a Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. Enjoy hassle-free shopping with multiple payment options available. May local support din ready to assist, so you can enjoy peace of mind when you shop. Visit our website to check different product offerings. Get anything you want and avail everything you need in just one click. Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce, made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, and avail everything you need in just one click. Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce, made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, and avail everything you need in just one click. Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce, made for you. Go local! May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item na you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang Tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Si Papa ay ang ating padre de pamilya. Si Daddy ang gabay sa kanyang mga mahal sa buhay. Si Tatay ay inaalagaan ng kanyang mga anak at mahal na mahal si Nanay. Sa lahat ng Papa, Daddy at Tatay sa buong mundo, saludo po kami sa inyo. Happy Father's Day! Happy Father's Day mula sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Now back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio.
Okay, and we're back. And right now, we're going to take a look at Repertory Philippines' most recent production with this next PowerPoint. And you'll see what they have in store for us in the coming days because Rep is going to go digital. Let's play that next PowerPoint, please. Okay, I'd like to call back Mindy Perez Rubio again for a quick chat about Rep's current project of putting everything back to the internet.
Because that, oops, am I muted?
Yeah.
Am I okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now, Mindy.
Okay. You want to know what our plans are going forward in terms of the pandemic and how we
Yes.
can keep our name out there. Okay.
Yes.
We are like all the theater companies, actually, if you look into Broadway and the West End, they're all going digital. They're all going online. They're all streaming live. They're pulling out all old shows and posting them just to keep theater alive. And that is exactly what we're doing. We have actually, it was an idea of Vivi Vergara and Liesel Batukan, my artistic director, and they're coming out with something called Repisodes. They are episodes, but we add the word rep to it, so it's called Repisodes. Our first Repisode was actually featured at Open House, and it was Kiss and Tell. It was all the cast of Stage Kiss. They all came out and they talked about their experiences during the play. Our second Repisode was a tea party with the quarantine princesses, and we actually blasted it out, and we invited all the little girls to dress up in princess costumes, and they all had their teacups, and this was all online, and we got 6 of our best princesses. One was Rapunzel, one was Snow White, the other one was Sleeping Beauty. I mean, we had all 6, and it was so nice, and they all sang songs, and the little girls were there, and we asked them to post their pictures, and all of them, and the little girls took their pictures in their princess costumes, and we had like, wow, a lot of pictures were sent in. And so we just posted that with all their names, and they just were so thrilled. And then our next 2 videos, we had the flag video, the one that really impressed you a lot, of Myong. That is one of our episodes, because we intend to replay that. And then we also have one of You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel, featuring the cast. Yeah, featuring the cast of Carousel. We actually streamed it live, but then we are going to do it now on YouTube consistently. And since our actors, we have Nikki Hill, because she comes out as and Gian Magdagal. The 2 of them are leads in Carousel, and this was going to be performed in hopefully February of 2021, directed by Toff de Venecia, the congressman, and who is also a rapper. And then our next repertoire is going to be so funny. It's called Game of Crones, How to Be a Villain. And so we're gonna feature the villains in the fairy tales, and how one villain tries to outwit the other. It's going to be really funny. And so we're thinking up of all these things. Yeah. And,
and I like it because you're really thinking out of the box.
Yes.
And you're extending the life of material that's supposed to be on stage to the digital screen, and then adding a spin to it by creating a game, creating something interactive, and like really engaging the audience in a unique way.
Yes. We're also doing confessions of a rapper. So we're going to highlight one rapper, and we're going to throw questions at him, and he's going to just answer them like that,
Wow,
and so
quick questions.
Yeah. But here I am. I'm giving out all our plans.
I think we're going to whet the appetites of everyone listening there, and they would, I'm sure that after listening to us tonight, they're going to want to see these productions online, And maybe some of them might be enticed to even join some of your workshops. And we have with us tonight some of your young rappers and some not so young rappers, but are still there, connected with rap and really devoting their time and energies. And I believe that this young group of people will be able to give us a taste of life in rep even on lockdown. So I'd like to call on, with your excuse me, Mindy, I'm just gonna bring on
Yes.
stage. Yes, do you have something else to say? Please.
I just want to say, because I know who you are going to call. And these
Yes.
kids, I'm going to call them kids or young rappers, are an amazing bunch. They are so talented. I have so much trust in them. And I was completely blown away when I saw the flag video of when they sang
Yes.
it, when they produced it. It was incredible. And I am so glad that you are actually interviewing them and asking them about it, because they put a lot of heart and soul into this.
I
And
agree.
these are the ones that are going to be running our online workshops too. So
Fabulous.
we have a very
Fabulous.
strong team. Yes. Yes.
Fabulous, Mindy. So
Yes.
now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our young rappers. Let's start off with Cara Barredo. I know that you've seen her in a past episode. Cara, hello.
Hi, Tita Gracie.
Hi, Cara. How are you doing?
I'm good. Very good. Thank you.
Fabulous. And then we'd also be calling with us O'Neil Torres and Dave Corpin. Hello, Dave
Hi,
and
Tita
O'Neil.
Gracie. Hi.
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 Hi,
Hi,
Tita
Dave.
Gracie.
Hi, O'Neil. Yes, I'm
Hello.
so happy that the three of you could make it tonight. And like I was telling Mindy and Michael and Luna earlier, that this current crop of rappers have the same energy, the same dedication and commitment. And your work showed, I mean, it's shining through when I saw that video, Red Project Red, White, and Blue. And I am very, very happy that that video is already online and a lot of people are watching it. But could anyone kick off the discussion? What is the story behind it so we can get more people to click on your links and watch that video?
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start. I should start it.
Yeah, yes.
It was really a dream for me to actually come up with this project. It just so happened that it's the same dream as Dave and as Kara and as Asia, and I brought it up to them one time, and they said, "Oh my gosh, we're thinking of the same thing." Because there's this particular song in Young the Musical, which is so beautiful, and it really is very relevant to our times, our present times, and I really believe that everyone should hear about it, should listen to it, should be able to hear the words and the music, and then when I brought it up with Tita Mindy and Liesel Batukan, and they said yes, go ahead. And then I called Dave and Kara, Jay Pangilinan, Asia Malyari, Stephen Hotchkiss, the team behind the When You Believe video project.
Yes,
And
yes,
and they
of
all
course.
said yes, and they said, let's come on, let's do it, and that started everything. Diba, Dave?
Yes, yes. Actually, when we were doing the When You Believe video after it came out, I already had this feeling that if the quarantine extended to June, it would have been perfect then also for us to do a tribute to the Independence Day. And Cara, O'Neill, and myself have been in different generations of the production of Miyong. So it was just very timely. And then I was already feeling how society was feeling, that sense of unrest and how there's this tendency for us to be, kumbaga, divided. And I felt very strongly about, as artists, maybe we can use our talent to call for unity. And because that was the theme of the production of the musical, written by Tita Joy Verata, and how beautiful and anthemic the music of Ian Monsod was also. So it felt na parang it was a perfect vehicle for actually for us to actually to use in a video, and to convey that particular message. It's very timely. Then also
Yes.
how the flag has been a symbol of unity since the past century. Then also, and it just so happened I was sharing it with Cara lang and Asia, and then suddenly O'Neil pala was already thinking the same thing, and he got na the go signal of Tita Mindy and Lisa. So it just fell into place. So when we had that initial meeting, sabi ko, "Oh, sige, sige, I'll put the concept on a presentation." And how we are as agency people. I mean, we like to put things in in a presentation. So when I presented it to the team, the core team, we were on Zoom. Cara was the moderator of the Zoom meeting, and then um, so I was just presenting it. I couldn't see their faces. And then suddenly they were laughing na after I was done. And it was O'Neil pala was crying while I was presenting the concept. Concept pa lang yun. So I think it was very telling of how powerful the message of Tita Joy
I
for me
agree.
was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And Cara, how about you? What's your experience? What was your experience like in
It was
coming up
it
with the
was so
project?
much fun because once we've all decided our roles in putting the project together, I was assigned with connecting and contacting the original cast of Myong. So the likes of Jaime Blanche, who's not even here, I had to message Ram if he wanted to sing that song again, which he did, years ago. A lot of old rappers that actually don't perform anymore, but they were so excited to do the project. They were so thankful that um, there was an avenue for them to sing again and sing something as relevant and as beautiful as how beautiful and gallant is our flag.
So not only is it relevant for the nation because of the message of that piece, but also on how it brings old rappers and new rappers together in an original production which is from an original rap production, right? Because that
Yeah.
original play, when it first came out, I was amazed because I watched Rem Zamora when he was playing the lead back then,
Hmm.
and the production was different because it was in a much bigger stage. If
AFP
I'm not
Theater.
mistaken, it was in Camp Aguinaldo.
AFP. Yeah.
AFP, yeah, the AFP Theater.
Yes.
And that stage is peculiar because, if I'm not mistaken, it has one of the widest prosceniums.
Yes.
And
Correct.
that production needed a very wide proscenium because of the scale of Myeong.
Correct.
Mhm.
It was a groundbreaking production. And for Rep to resurrect it when did Rep resurrect? Last year was it resurrected?
2019.
Last
2019.
year, and the lead was played by a
Tim
hot new
Pavino.
actor, right?
Yes, Tim Pavino.
Who is really not a rapper, right? He's from mainstream cinema, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
He's a
So
singer.
how was
The
that
top
like? Were you
singer.
were you in the cast with him, Cara?
Yes.
Yes.
I played Yayang with his wife, eventually became his wife. But Timmy also has a theater background, and he has been actually doing shows in Atlantis.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, so he's not a
he's not
newbie,
new
but
to the
that
theater.
was his
Mhm.
biggest role, I think, so far. No, that's
To
his
date.
biggest
Yes.
role,
Yes.
and my gosh, he's such a generous person and a generous actor. So it kind of,
Mhm.
everything just kind of fell into place.
And I
Amazing
think
You know, when I was
voice.
researching for tonight's show,
yeah.
I came across those beautifully prepared photographs of
Mm,
Myung.
yeah.
And those photographs were like, they look like old vintage photographs. The costumes were beautiful. Where was the setting? Where was it shot?
We actually went to Emilio Aguinaldo's house, the same house where he declared independence. So it was like a field trip for us actors, and then
Yes.
it was like, and then we played dress up, we put makeup on, then we posed for pictures. It didn't feel like work at all. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Uh, O'Neill and Dave, were you part of that production as well of Myung?
Yes, I was part
I
of the
was, yeah.
2019 production with Kara,
Yes.
and yeah, as Tim as the leader also of of this cast, you felt him as a leader emanating through the whole team, and we actually felt like a united nation. I
Right,
mean, of cast members, as
right.
towards the end, and even towards the end of the show, we were like majorly sepangs because we felt and the journey of the show itself. I mean, from when we open um, the prologue up until the finale, which is the raising of the flag, you can feel how connected everyone was with one another, and
I agree.
how emotional that raising of the flag was for
Every
each one
show,
of
Yes.
us. Every show, there
every.
there's no dry eye on stage.
Yes, it's amazing because the music from that production, there's so many beautiful songs. I
Mhm.
Yes,
remember, and some really touching pieces like that love song.
yes.
Uh, it's also beautiful from the
Suddenly love,
Suddenly
the
Love.
wedding
Suddenly love.
song.
Suddenly Love. Yes, that was a
Yeah.
nice piece. And I
Yes.
remember that from the original cast with Rem.
Yes.
And
Wow.
yeah, I
Rem
remember it from the
Ate.
original
Actually, the
cast.
original Yayang was Lisa Batukan and my sister, Maya Barado.
So the
Yes.
2019 production was actually Maya turning the baton to her sister. Sarah.
Now the turning the baton to Cara. So really,
Yes.
how your lives have been intertwined. I was just talking to Luna earlier, and she's one of those people that her life is really so intertwined with rep, and the same goes for you, Cara. No?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yes.
pretty much grew up in rap. So like Tita Luna and Michael. I used to call Michael Tito Michael when I was younger. But now that I'm old, parang ayaw na niya. So, yeah, I pretty much grew up in rap. Started when I was 6. I did the first run of Miyong. Funny story, I was a girl and I was a little girl in the first run. And then when we did the second run, and we did it in Intramuros, we did it in RCBC. I became a boy na. Tita Bibot was like, okay, you're bigger now. Join the battle. Come here. So I was little Berong na. And I even had a death scene. So I was like, okay. And then when we did 2019, Tita Joy asked if I could be Yayang. So it's like full circle. Siguro in
Yes.
years, I'll be
Yeah.
Kapitana Teneng na. I don't know. Who knows?
Wow. But all three
Yeah.
of you have had such an amazing journey with rep.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
just one stage, but even during workshop time, summer
Oh,
workshops. And this year, rep is going to do it differently. So,
yes.
who among you can kickstart the discussion about your summer workshop for this year? Maybe O'Neill. O'Neill, maybe you could
Oh,
tell us
okay.
more about the workshops this year.
Actually, I was gonna share something for Myung because Myung, if I
Ah,
may,
okay.
because Myung is my first ever musical with rap.
Yes.
I
1998.
I
Oh.
I came in, no, but I came in 2003,
All right.
and then I was part of the second restaging of Myung, which was produced and which was staged at RCBC.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a transition from Shangri-La. It's a ano what you call that, our
William
theater,
J. Shaw.
Sure.
William J. Shaw, transition to William J. Shaw to RCBC.
To
And then
RCBC.
while we were running at RCBC, we were also touring it to different schools.
Mm.
And it was very memorable for me because I made my first piyok in in on stage because there's this line there by Chris Polo. I played Chris Polo Aguinaldo, the brother of Nyong. And in the last part, when they meet each other, there's this line, no longer bound till church bell sound, one step at a time. And that one step at a time was just too high for me. So every time we would sing it, one, Tita Bebot was like, O'Neill, what's happening to you, O'Neill? And yeah, so very memorable for me. So ayun. So now, we're gonna talk about the workshop now, right?
Yes.
Yes, because I think this year it's gonna be done online, and you shared with us some photos. Then our
Yes.
technical supervisor here, just cue her and tell her what photos you'd like to show, and you can talk over the photos. Then, are you ready? Can we show the first picture?
Our director for the Repertory Philippines workshop for the performing arts for this for the 2020,
2020,
I am
I am
Eckstein. She has prepared so much for this one. She gathered a handful of us teachers to come up with a very, very special online curriculum. And it's going to be a first time for Rep. And we are very, very excited to have this workshop. And it's gonna be from July 6th to the 31st of this year. And we shall be having musical theater classes for kiddies ages 4 to 8, preteens ages 9 to 12, teens ages 13 to 16, and adults ages 17 and up. And then we're also very excited because we have special classes for this online workshop. We have voice and dance and movement. Voice for male and female students, and then dance and movement for all ages. And then a very, very special workshop that we have for this July is the costume design for children's theater musicals to be conducted by the one and only Raven. Oh, yeah, we're very excited because he has designed so many beautiful costumes for children's theater. And wow, amazing how he designs, no? And we are very, very lucky to have him to conduct this workshop. So for those of you who are interested in joining, you may visit our Facebook page, Repertory Philippines on Facebook, or you may email us at marketing@repphil.org for information. Ayan.
Yan. And then, of course, you have a voice class. And
Yes.
Yes.
with you and Kara.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
us?
Wow.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
could you
very
tell us a little bit
exciting.
about your voice classes?
So the voice classes will basically be a one-on-one class per student. So I think as of today, all the slots are pretty much filled up, but more
Yep.
people still want to come and join us. So maybe Tita Mindy, we can do it again next month for those
Yep.
for those who still want to join. Because as of now, I think everything is really all the schedules are filled up now.
Wow.
Mhm.
So all of this online. What
Yeah,
your experience? I
it
mean, you
will
guys are
be.
the ones
Yeah.
teaching, and is it like a Zoom meeting, like a Zoom conference?
Yes, it'll be something like a Zoom meeting where they're all on screen. It'll be a challenge for both teachers and for the students because it's so different from teaching it in a classroom because there's physical touch, there's interaction with all your classmates. This one will be interesting because we're going to try to achieve everything through one screen. So
Wow, it's
thank
really
you for
challenging.
technology. Yeah, you know,
Exciting.
Acting, acting, voice, costume design, and all digitally delivered. It's pretty
yes,
amazing.
Dance
yeah,
and
And
movement also.
yes, see, so it's really gonna be a challenge.
yeah. It's exciting, and it's also a challenge for us teachers to try to mount, because at the end of the workshop there's a showcase.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
we need to think out of the box and make it more. So it's
Yeah.
digital theater, pretty much.
Yeah. And you know how it's usually challenging to keep energies in one single room? So now the challenge for the teachers is to keep the energies in a single screen.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. I mean, this you're rewriting another chapter in Rep's history,
Yes.
and this I'm sure this is gonna be another breakthrough for the company, for Repertory Philippines, as it embarks on its digital strategy for this year, all in preparation and all going towards the time when the stage lights go up again and you guys are going to be back on stage.
Yes.
So, I truly wish you all the luck and the positive energy and the good vibe. Know that you guys are really going to make things work for Rep. I'm so
Thank you.
proud of you, very
Thank
proud of you.
you.
thank
Don't
you.
go away, any of you. I'm just going to bring back Mindy, and we're
Sure.
going to discuss this new digital strategy. And maybe, later on when we do a Q&A with Michael and Luna, stick around so that we can have a lively discussion.
Yeah.
So, are you there? Hello, Mindy.
I become
Yeah.
Hi,
Then
Tita Mindy.
you're muted.
Her mic's naka-mute. Yeah. Dean, could you unmute her, please? Our tech will unmute the mic. There. She has to unmute her microphone. Okay. Welcome to live broadcast,
Yeah.
people.
Welcome to the new norm.
The new norm. Yes,
Yes.
we just have to unmute. Okay. Anyway, so the three of you are all going to be in the teaching positions for the workshop this year.
not
Just
not for
O'Neill
me.
and I.
Just for me and Kara. Yeah.
The other
Neil
two.
and Cara.
Yes. And then for the
Three of
kids
you.
class, sorry.
I'm sorry.
There's Mindy. Mindy, you've got a fabulous team here that are braving it on the digital space.
I am so proud of all of them, all of them. I'm so proud of all of them, and I have no doubt that our workshop is going to be fabulous. I mean, this is the first time we're ever doing this. Okay, so it is really out of the box, and it's something new. But we're pushing ahead with it, and I am, who is my workshop director, uh, is she's pretty confident that she can pull it off. So we have everything. We even have someone that's going to be monitoring the Zoom site every day, all day, and I am, of course, has all the schedules done, and we're just getting a lot of queries and inquiries, and I don't know, people are just so excited,
Yeah.
and from as far away as provinces, they're calling in, and because they say, wow, now we don't even have to fly to Manila.
Yes, that's the reason why today's topic. I was thinking when I was thinking about the topic for today, I felt that it is so appropriate to put the word relevant there because that's how Rep has been making theater relevant in the lives of many theater enthusiasts, arts and culture, students, the youth with your workshops and your children's theater performances. And it's that relevance that is so important in every stage of the game. Whether your interest in theater was ingrained as a child, or like me, my interest in theater came rather late. But when I got hooked, you can't stop me. Even on a wheelchair, I'm gonna go and watch a show because somehow there's a need to connect. There's always a need to watch theater because it just makes you feel so vibrant. There's so many things that you can imbibe from being part of the theater community as an audience and now as a communicator. And truly I'm quite encouraged to spread the news more because of what I'm hearing tonight with the digital workshops.
Yes. Yeah.
But going into the new norm, okay, the new norm, which is bringing everything to the digital space. I know that it's a challenge. From the onset, has Rep already had the technical capability to put everything online, or did you have to rush and learn everything, on the job, as they say, with the pandemic, when the onset of the pandemic?
I'm going to answer that. You see,
Yes,
these three people on the screen, these guys are such
yes.
executives. They know it all. I have no doubt. They know how. It's incredible. I really don't know how they managed to do the Zoom, and the way they did that flag video was just so amazing. 49 people in one screen. That was, and then they were all arranged with the red, white, and blue. Cara, when you sent me that video, I was just, wow. I just almost fell off my chair. It was
Yeah.
so
Yes, that video was the one that inspired me to plan for tonight's episode. And I woke up O'Neill. I said, O'Neill, I want to, after watching that, I woke up O'Neill and I said, O'Neill, I have to feature that in my show. But unfortunately, because of some policy constraints, we cannot show the video tonight. But please inform our viewers where they can watch your Project Red, White, and Blue. O'Neill, where do they go? Where do they click? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it's actually posted on the Repertory Philippines page, but for everyone's for everyone, what we will be doing right now is maybe Kara, Dave, and I will be reposting it, so a lot of you can watch it again, and you could watch it on from your newsfeed.
Yes.
So
The video is
Yeah,
still
it's fantastic.
on your Facebook page and Repertory Philippines Facebook page.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I'd like
so
to add on
everyone
what you
out
said,
there,
Gracie.
yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I'd like to add on what you said about,
Grace.
it's that's the beauty of theater also. It's being able to touch and inspire, and it's not just limited to it being on the stage itself. And as artists, it continues to be within our hearts then also to be able to do that, even if the stage lights have been turned off for the rest of the year. And that's what inspired us to actually do more of this, to keep performing, to keep sharing the message that we have, um, to our audience, may it be live or on the digital space also. And that's just the beauty of this material also. How beautiful and gallant is our flag is that the song in itself is very beautiful, that we just wanted to share it.
Mhm.
And we're happy that we were effective in actually doing so, and we were able to bring together, friends from generations of Repertory Philippines also in this project. Yeah.
Amazing. Aside from the pandemic really challenged everybody. A lot
Yes.
of us in the artistic community and even us in the marketing community has really tried to be as creative as possible in reaching out to our audiences.
Mhm.
And with that video and even the previous video that you produced, I'm sure that your Rep followers will continue to watch all your videos, and you'll have more attendees in your workshop because you guys have that energy, and and it's very attractive, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to know more about rep and to be part of rep. And I think that for the youth, the best part of being of gaining that experience is to be part of the workshop. What do you
Yes.
think, Mindy?
Yes, absolutely. Uh, every time a person joins rep, they become part of the family, the rep
Yes.
family, the rep team. And the workshop kids, they grow from year to year to year. A lot of the ones, a lot of a lot of the kids that are show appearing right now in the RTYA, which is our children's theater, are workshop graduates. A lot of them.
Mhm.
So we bring them up slowly, slowly.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
And I was also,
And I'm
yeah, I was
really,
also a
go ahead,
product of
Dave.
that. Yeah, I was also a product of that. Back in 1998, Rep did a production for De La Salle Zobel. So it was in a way a workshop of sorts for the schools. So Tita Bebot and Tita Baby directed us for Fiddler on the Roof. And cut to almost 20 years after I'm on the repertory stage officially. So I mean it started with me back in 1998, and that passion and that value stayed within me, that even if I went through working on corporate as a professional, it eventually gave me the opportunity also to want to go back and be on the
Yes.
repertory stage years after.
Yes. Yes. So I know that the summer workshops of rep has become an annual tradition.
Yes.
And this year, what I'm really looking forward to is how you're gonna stage that finale project, Cara.
Yes.
You must have, yeah, and you really opened up something very interesting, because that finale project
Mhm.
and how it will be staged is really so interesting. But
Yes.
I'm not gonna say anything much. But I really wanna be around when that when that finale production happens.
That's right. The showcases will be a challenge.
answer your question, Clara. I am definitely considering running the workshop. If this is really successful, we will run it throughout the whole year.
Woohoo!
Oh,
I am
wow.
I am actually amazed that there are a lot of people that are signing up for voice classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Including Tita Carla.
Well,
Yes, it's
that
exciting.
that just goes to show the kind of infectious energy that everybody, when you're caught with the theater bug as a performer or as an audience or as a technical professional, it's a bug that will stay with you for a
Oh,
long time, if
Yeah,
not for life.
I
when
agree.
I
I
agree.
do it for good.
I
That's true.
agree.
That's so true. Anyway, we're gonna go on another quick break now. It's gonna be our last break. Please don't go away. And when we return, we're gonna go for some quick questions with
Woo!
our guest tonight. So stick around, and we're still gonna continue to learn about how Repertory Philippines has been making theater relevant in this country for more than 50 years and for the next 50 years. Be right back.
Be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie only here on V81 Radio. Ma-enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Kabayan, naho-homesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Si Papa ay ang ating padre de pamilya. Si Daddy ang gabay sa kanyang mga mahal sa buhay. Si Tatay ay inaalagaan ng kanyang mga anak at mahal na mahal si Nanay. Sa lahat ng Papa, Daddy at Tatay sa buong mundo, saludo po kami sa inyo. Happy Father's Day! Happy Father's Day mula sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Now back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio.
Okay, and we're back. And for our last few minutes, I'd like to just have some questions and invite some of our guests to discuss them with us. I'd like to invite back Michael and Luna to join us here.
Hi.
Hey, Michael. Where's Luna? I'm sure she'll be back up. Anyway, while waiting for Michael, what do you think of this new crop of rappers, Michael? I know that some of them were in your classes before.
Oh, yeah. I saw Kara grow up. Dave has been working with me for years. I've worked with O'Neill. We've done a couple of musicals together also. Yeah, they're amazing kids. Well, I say kids, but you know, they're not kids.
How about you, Luna? Are you whipping up anything? Are we looking forward to something new from you in the coming months or years for rep?
Nothing for rap, I'm afraid. Mindy, do you have anything for me in the coming years for rap? As you know, I am actively involved with another theater group, but I'm always open to helping rep whenever I'm asked to. So they know that as well. But right now,
have you ever conducted any workshops for rep, like writing workshops or?
No, I can't. That would be conflict of interest for my other theater group where I teach regularly. So
I see.
Yeah.
But Michael, you've been involved in the workshops before, right?
Oh yeah, I started teaching the workshops for rep in 1984. I started as assistant. I assisted Junix, I assisted Monique, and then I started doing my own classes from the following year. And every summer thereafter, always, I never stopped. And I still teach to this day. It's because I feel such a debt of gratitude to Rep for giving me a career, teaching me something that I didn't know I would love. And so it's my way of giving back, also exposing more people to theater arts in hopes that they will look kindly on it when they're the CEO of big companies and whatnot. You know, they may come back and support it because somehow or other I've given them allowed them to discover their love for it.
Yeah.
I forgot that I did teach rep theater workshops in the 80s. I was actually Junix's assistant for acting classes and musical theater classes. There you go. I just remembered.
Yeah,
So
I remember that. I remember you doing that.
I was there and I stood as his assistant teacher and the SM for his showcases. And like Michael, a lot of my students now are CEOs and head of major companies, and I see them all the time, and they keep saying, "Teacher Luna, remember me?" And I said, "Oh my God, I feel so old," because they have kids. Right, this is
Yeah.
the 80s, so you can imagine how old they are and how old their kids are. So yeah,
Yeah.
that I did
Yeah.
teach a long time ago.
It's really amazing because being a part of the theater company, you two have assumed so many roles
Yeah.
on off stage, in the backstage, in the front of house, as a director. Like Michael, you directed plays for Red?
Oh yeah, yeah. I directed a lot of plays for Rep. Um, I I started um, as an assistant to Bebot. You know the picture, the black and white picture of Bebot and me seated together. We were trying to figure out. I remember that we were looking at a scene, and we were trying to figure out something about that scene. And so we were studying that scene, and that picture was taken. Yeah, I learned to direct in Rep from the workshops actually. I started to learn to dissect actors' issues and problems, and how to help them get to where they're supposed to be in the scene. And then later on, I put up a theater company in the Southern Metro, um, and I start because I used to teach in um, La Salle Zobel for many many years, and I also churned out a lot of actors in the Southern Metro, but there wasn't a place for them to participate in the performing arts. So a lot of my students there. One night we got together and we said, why don't we put up a theater company as a catch basin for all those people that we're providing workshops for in the South, and we did, and that became our theater company called Theater Down South, which now has migrated and it's now become Rude Mechanicals, we call it, and those kids, you gotta love them. They decided to do community service, so they're doing a lot of work with Toledo and Bosco, and they're doing the theater program for the kids in Toledo and Bosco. So yeah, that's how I kind of developed into. At that point I was a producer. We were producing shows, original stuff also, providing shows for the people in the Southern Metro.
And Luna, I just want to ask you something about your journey in that latest play you wrote for Rep, which
Yeah.
is Adarna. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, look at, she has this nervous laugh every time I open the door.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
where did you get your, yeah, go ahead.
go now. You finish your question first. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to, what was your inspiration and what was your unique spin to the classic tale of Adarna to bring it current, not to make it more appealing to today's young audiences?
I think the biggest change I did, if you read, I read the original epic translated in Tagalog, and if you have ever read it, you know that there are no females in it. I mean, the traditional story doesn't have any strong female presence in it. I mean, in the part that they show, almost always all the movies and plays only show part one and two. They never show three, four, five that has the women in it. So the biggest change I did was to import the women from the other parts and stick them into the original story. The original story just had three princes. The only woman there was the mother who did absolutely nothing. So I stuck in an empowered princess who,
Mm-hmm.
siyempre, woman power. And I felt
Yeah.
also in a traditional, especially the kids now,
Yes.
and especially because it comes in. My directive was it had to fit into the children's theater mold of rep. So you had to have a love story. So the bida had to have a love interest. So the only way you do that is to put a girl. But I didn't want this tweetums helpless pa-cute girl. You know me, Gracie. And a lot of
Yes.
people are saying, Luna, yun naman, your female characters sound like you. Well, guess what? Yes. I like my
Of
female
course,
characters badass.
yeah, empowered and really kick ass, no?
Yeah, and
But why not?
proactive.
Why not?
Not
Why not?
waiting.
Because now yeah, not the weeping willows of before, not
No.
stereotypically female. I think that's an interesting twist, and it's so today. The
Yeah,
women heroes are really empowered and really kick ass. It's true.
yeah. And in fact I was teasing Kara has played uh princesses in two of the things I've written, one for trumpets, which is Horse and His Boy, and Adarna. And I was telling her, you know what? Some of my lines sound not strangely, very similar, just said differently. Because High English, which I used in Horse and His Boy, as opposed to ordinary, more kid friendly language, is different. Um, but it's like they sound the same because they're basically your almost stereotypically empowered woman. Almost, I'm saying, because there are differences. And if you have
Yes.
to watch my plays to see what they are. So there. If you ever got
So
a chance.
there.
So there.
Yes, yes. But I think that that it's a refreshing take on an old one of the classics in Filipino literature, and bringing it to today's audiences, to the youth. You
Yeah.
really have to inject a lot of stylizing and customizing, and
Yes.
also retooling the heroes, the heroine, the hero, and even the villains. Like the villains of productions today have to be like witty and intelligent and actually quite attractive, right? It's not like the stereotypical ugly villain, but now they're crafty and they're interesting characters, no? So
Yes.
I
Definitely.
really look forward to seeing more of your work, Luna.
So do I. Just kidding.
And maybe, who knows, maybe you and Michael will collaborate on something different.
Yes,
Yeah,
Michael. Hello.
absolutely. We
Well,
should
And now,
actually.
well,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm hoping Rep will do more original Filipino adaptations. I realize that its vision is doing theater in English, and I totally agree with that. They'd never get me if it were in Tagalog, because Tagalog is not my strength. I mean, one of the
Yes,
reasons Tita Joy got me to do Adarna was because she had seen the work I had done before.
yes,
So
yes,
I'm very willing to do that because I feel doing Filipino myths and legends and stories in English enables you to reach a wider, or
Yeah.
rather a different audience. Because other theater
that's true.
companies like Gandimpala or PETA already do it in Tagalog. And yet there are
Yes, yes,
lots of people we can reach without, who will not watch a Tagalog film. All your expats, your people who go to IS or British school or Korean school or whatever, will watch English but cannot watch Filipino play because it's hard to understand. And strangely, a lot of parents who are Filipino watching Adarna come up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, I finally understand it."
that's
Because
it.
they never did when they took it up in school. So I said,
That's true.
okay, it's good for me, but that doesn't speak very
Yes,
well of your language skill in Tagalog.
that's true. But
That is true, but you reach a different audience.
you really reach a different audience. And if it's curriculum based theater, you're right. If it's
Yes,
curriculum based material, then the other companies like Gantimpala
yes,
would take care of that. It's no, I have no problems
yes,
with that. But really, I like the idea of stylizing legends and myths, and and reintroducing them and making it more, how would you call it, mainstream,
yeah,
and really opening the eyes of a whole new audience
yes,
of kids
definitely.
right now. Yeah, it's very interesting. But I think what's also interesting is the fact that the young crop of rappers and maybe I'm gonna call back on the screen Mindy, if you're still there, Mindy, because I think this would involve her and this would interest her. Okay, Mindy, are you there? There. We're continuing our discussion on Luna's work with Adarna, and how she has customized and really created a new spin, and it has appealed to a whole new audience, and it's original Filipino material. So I think that's another breakthrough that Rep has done in the recent past.
You know, Luna's trip on Adarna was a real challenge. She faced a tough challenge because she had to take this ancient legend and bring it down to the level of school children, not the high school kids, but younger. That is what joy. That is what the children's theater performs to the young ones. So she had to bring it down to that level. She had to incorporate audience participation. There had to be dancing. There had to be singing. And we also included a bit of puppetry in it because it had the bird, a Darna bird, and masks. I know, we didn't have masks. No, yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We incorporated a lot of new things in Adarna. So we had the puppetry, we had the masks, and then we had the, what do you call the black people in black? The dancers in black, like the
Kurugo. The Kurugos.
we had all the stage hands for all the guru. They were all dressed in black, and they were also like dancers, and then they would change costumes and become the street people. Then they would change costumes and become people in the palace, and then they would change costumes and become the mountains and the streams and the rivers. I mean, it was really a very interesting production, Adarna. It was not a simple, straightforward performance. No, it wasn't. And that's
Yeah.
why Luna had a very big challenge. And she pulled it off with the music and
Bravo,
everything.
Luna.
Yeah, and my hit song is about poop.
Oh, that's right.
The most popular song in the whole musical is about poop.
The rap song about
That's so funny.
Yeah, because if you know the story of Adarna,
Yeah.
you know that
Yeah.
poop figures largely in the legend.
It figures, yes, in the story.
So everybody
Well-
knows the song.
our Adarna, it was glittery.
Yeah. And then so that's another breakthrough, that original material that Rep staged, Adarna, bring it to a whole new audience with a whole new scenario and production design and original music, and hopefully in the future we'll see more of this new creations on theater, Mindy.
Yeah, we will.
Yes, yes.
That is more or less our path.
You know, time flies so quickly, and we're down to our last 2 minutes.
Oh no.
You know, and for the last 2 minutes, it's always like this in my show. You know, we start out with such an interesting bunch of people. When you put this together, you know, it just makes the time fly by so quickly. So I have to thank all of you for being part of tonight's episode. Michael, thank you. Luna, thank you so much. Mindy Perez Rubio, thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us tonight. And then, of course, Neil Torres, Dave Corpin, and Cara Barredo. I cannot thank you enough. The three of you have been so generous with your time and your talents, and you joined us tonight and adding so much interesting insights in tonight's show. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, remember, if you're interested to study voice, acting, and costume design, Repertory Philippines has some very interesting workshops that are going online. Check out their website or their Facebook page, and I'm sure you'll get the latest developments and schedules when you can sign up and join them for their summer workshops. Also, watch out for the digital performances, the live streaming performances of selected material, plays, and productions that Repertory Philippines will be presenting online on YouTube and on Facebook. So for now, this has been Tita Gracie, and I'm thanking everybody out there for continuing being with me every Sunday night. Join us again next Sunday. Meanwhile, as you go through your week, keep safe. Remember that we are still under GCQ. Follow all the sanitation protocols and start your day communing with God because He will protect you. He will be with you. We have a big God who is bigger than all our problems. Thank you and have a good evening.
Leading personalities, representative insights, relevant current issues all together in a meaningful and delightful conversations as your social barometer. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Sundays, 6 p.m. Hosted by breakthrough millennial boomer Gracie Venezuela. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Only here on V81 Radio. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, the future of radio. This is your all-hits, all-Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. Radio.